today. So Sit Stay with Stacy Slade, and we're here today to review a few grooming tools that were sent to me to share with you what I like about them and how they work. So the first is from MIU, M-I-U. It's their dematting tool. It has blades in it and it's a good dematting tool. So we've got Shaw here who needs a good groom. She's got a lot of extra coat here and on her feathers. And so I wouldn't do this to a dog that's in the show ring, but for a pet who's been spayed or neutered and has this extra coat, they do get more coat when you spay or neuter them. This is really good for taking out the excess hair that you don't want or need, and also getting out dead coat. This is a nice ergonomic design on this dematting tool. It's got blades on the both sides of the comb here. And so I can just take this down Shaw's coat and you can see the tufts of hair flying away as I go. And I can take out extra coat that I can just pull out pretty easily. I go down against the grain. This is actually pretty easy to use, both sides, and it gets out some of this extra coat. Also really good if you find that you have mats underneath the ears. This hair under the ear is a lot thinner than other hair on the dog's body. And so pulling this dematter through this hair, I can easily get it through and pull out any mats that need to come out and thin out this hair. So I strongly recommend it. All the little burner hairballs are running around the driveway right now because this is really good at getting out this extra coat. I like this tool. It's kind of cool. It's light blue. It's easy to hold in my hand, and I can just pull it through the dog's coat. It gets out undercoat. It pulls out hair. It is cutting the coat, so it's something to be aware of when you're pulling this through, but it's really good at getting dematting out. This hair underneath the ear is really good at getting this hair out. It's not a rake. It's a little different than that, so it's actually cutting the hair out. But if you needed to thin out hair, the other place I would thin out hair, some people have asked me how I trim the feathers. This is the feathering right here on her back of her leg. This would be a tool you could use. I could also on a show dog, if I wanted to shape this a little bit, I'd use thinning shears. But this is really good for any everyday use on a pet. I can just thin this hair out using this device or this dematting device and get out some of this extra hair to make it a little bit more manageable. It just easily pulls it out, and it's all over the driveway. I'm gonna have to clean that up, but it's a MIU, it's M-I-U, and this is a cool dematting device that if you wanted to do it at home, didn't want to have to pay the groomers, you could just sit and do it. I mean, there's little tumbleweeds of hair all over now because I'm doing this, but it pulls out this hair. You can use it on the top of the ear if you've got all this extra hair before you want to trim it actually, and with the thinning shears, just pull this hair and it's really, really economical in getting out extra hair that you don't want on a double coated breed. So if you're looking for a dematting device, this is pretty functional. It's pretty easy. And what it does is the little teeth in it grab into the coat and get the dead coat out. So it's different than a brush where your brush kind of just goes over the top of the coat. A slicker brush sometimes isn't thick enough to get down in there. This is thick enough, and it's got long enough tines. It can get underneath the top coat to get into the undercoat. So feel free if you have any questions about this device. I'm gonna have a link in the comments on how to use this, or where to find it, excuse me. But it's MIU, and I've already taken out some of her dead coat right there on the ears. She's spayed, so she has this extra floofy coat is what I call it. And then it's also something you can use back here on the pants. Shaw has quite a bit of pants, so you can thin out these pants if you're not showing your dog. This is a great way to get out this extra coat, and it kind of pulls out the dead coat. It rips out some of the stuff underneath. If that's something that you're looking to thin out this hair, because it can get quite unmanageable and hard, and it can get long on a spayed or neutered dog. So this is a really good tool to be able to pull out this hair. It's efficient, and It obviously isn't bothering Shaw. She's doing a great job. So if you're looking for a good device that gets out mats, that can help you get mats out behind the ear, underneath the feathers, behind the leg, or in the pants, this would be a really good tool. I wouldn't use it necessarily in the body of the dog. It might be too hard. You do have to watch your pressure on it, that you're not too much into your dog's skin. But like I said, this is really good to get out any undercoat that you want to get out, additional undercoat, and or mats in your dog that has too much hair to manage. You can just kind of pull it down, and it's pretty easy to use. So definitely a good tool if you are trying to get out extra hair here and here on a spayed or neutered coat, or a profuse amount of coat. But definitely wash your dog every month. It will help with management of that. But this is a good tool to use to get out that extra hair. Would wash your dog before you groom your dog. Dirty coats do break the hair, so do it when you're clean and you can get out all the dead coat. And yeah, happy grooming. I think this is a really good tool to get out that either demats, getting mats out, or dead coat from your dog that you need to get out, that's harder to get out than a rake. So MIU is the brand. MIU Color is this specific tool, and it has 2 sides of teeth, and it works fairly well.